Hi friends, today I wanted to go over a couple problems with the coordinate plane, um, just to kind of help you with your problems that you're going to do today for your assignment um, and for your lesson, since I couldn't find any lessons that went along with exactly this topic, so I thought I'd make my own. Okay, so we're going to talk about how you describe moving from one point to another point on the coordinate plane. And this is Miss Napolitano being extremely lazy because I didn't want to draw my own coordinate plane. I'm just using this one from the book. So I want to see how we would say we move from point A to point D. Okay? So I want you to think about that. How do we move from point A to point D? Now, if you say we just walk in a straight line from A to D, then while that is technically correct, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I want you to tell me, using your math language, how we move along the x-axis and the y-axis. So from A to D, we would say, we would move how many spaces along the x-axis to get to where D is. So we would move over one space on the x-axis to get to the line where D is. So we'd say we'd move one place to the right on the x-axis. Okay? Then we're going to go up. How many spaces along the y-axis? 1, 2, 3. Because we're starting here, so we move one space over on the x-axis, then we go up 1, 2, 3. So we go up 3 places on the y-axis. That's very messy, but I think you can see what I wrote. Okay, so we move over to the right one place on the x-axis, then up 1, 2, 3 places on the y-axis. Okay, how do we move from D to B? Ooh, that's a little bit different. So we can see that D is up here hanging out by itself at 2, 3. And we want to know, how do we get down here to B? So which way does it move on the x-axis? Does it move to the right to get to B, or does it move to the left? Remember, B is right here. So I'm going to say it moves to the left. How many places does it move to the left to get to B? It moves 2 places to the left. On the x-axis. So it moves 1, 2 places left on the x-axis. Then how many places down on the y-axis? 1, 2. So it moves 2 places down on the y-axis. Okay? Each one of these numbers represents a different unit. So I use the word places here. You could use the word units. Maybe they're talking about inches or pounds or number of kids in a classroom. You could label your x and y axes with anything. But right now I use places. Units is probably a better term to use, and we will use those when we do our assignments. Okay, one more thing I wanted to go over today. Now this stuff right here that we're starting, this is like getting into middle school math right here. This is getting into slope and the y-intercept. So you guys are super advanced here learning this. Okay, so part A, use the coordinate plane below to complete the task. All right, so we see that we have A, B, C, and D, and they're all look like they're on a little row going up on this coordinate plane. All right, we want to put the points in for X and Y into this table for A, B, C, and D. So let's look at A. A, it's not going anywhere on the x-axis. It's staying right here. So the x is 0. And it went up 1 on the y-axis. B, the x-axis, it moves over 1, and then it goes up 2. C, the x-axis, it goes over 2, and then up 3. For D, we're on the x-axis, we go over 3, and then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we identified where the points are and filled in our table. Now, do you see a pattern on the coordinate plane? I see a pattern. It looks to me like the points are going to keep on just going straight up. But for not even looking at the points, let's look at our table. Do you see a pattern? I see a pattern. I see that when we start at A, it's 0, and then B is 1, C is 2, D is 3. So if we had a point E, the X would probably be 4. Let's look at the Y's. We start at 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So if we had a point E, the Y would probably be 5. What if we had an F? I'd make a new table because we're running out of space here. Do F and G. Okay. So if it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to guess for F it would be 5. And I'm going to guess for the Y it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for Y it would be 6. For G, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for the Y, let's count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's plot those 3 additional points. So for E, we're going to go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 5. For F, we're going to go over 5 and then up 6. Over 5, so we look for the 5, and we go up 6 on the y-axis. G, over 6, and then up 7. So we're going to go over 6 on the x-axis, and then go up 7. So the next 3 points, look at that. We just keep on going in this line straight up. Let's label them so we know. Okay. And that is all I have for you today. Have a good afternoon.